Okay.
Right. Do you want me to do the intro?
Oh wait, doesn't make a noise.
I'll put a noise in post. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. I am probably making a mistake. We're probably making a mistake by making this video, but we have Anton today, and we have my mom. And today we're going to make some frosting and decorate some very homemade gingerbread cookies and sugar cookies while we watch Martha Stewart make things complicated for everybody. And then be like, wow, we're glad we're not doing that.
We put it in place.
We use pepper berries, a sheaf of wheat sprayed with gold paint, a fine impression of the fish. These little pins are going to go into together.
This is the thing, and you get stuck with pins. Just pull them out with pliers before you serve this. Stir them from the face.
It's very simple.
This is Home for the Holidays 1994. Martha Stewart did one of these like every year through the entirety of the Clinton and Bush administration. Before prison. The prison kind of put a stop to that. But you know what? That's.
You see her.
She was in a silly, goofy mood and did a prison thing. But yeah, other than that.
Yeah, she somehow then collaborated with Snoop Dogg on a show who also did not go to prison.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, they're breaking down stereotypes.
They're breaking down stereotypes.
They're breaking down stereotypes is what they're doing. Anyway, this one also, apparently from the title of the YouTube video, also contains her mom, Miss Piggy, and Julia Childs.
Yes. There may or may not also be Hillary Clinton in here. I cannot remember if this is one of them with Hillary Clinton, but I guess we'll see.
We shall find out.
So potential trigger warning for Hillary Clinton, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna be in this. All I know is Martha Stewart gold dips her wreaths, and that makes me concerned. I'm gonna start, I guess I'll start by making the frosting since that's what we're decorating with.
That would be best.
That would be best. All right, can you hand me the recipe so I can measure?
My father taught me to make my first wreath when I was 5.
She made her first wreath when she was 5, guys.
It's a tradition I've continued ever since. The festivities begin right here on the front porch when we hang the holiday wreath.
It's the most wonderful.
Oh, what cover is this?
I don't know, but I've never heard it before. I wonder why. Sorry, we're very salty. It's early in the morning.
We should be sugary.
Avery, it's almost 10 a.m. That's not.
It's early for me. It's early enough.
Martha's here. Hey, Martha. This is my mother and my sister Kathy.
We're just gonna let the video play out.
Oh yeah. So at this part, she's cooking figgy pudding
And then we get together to make the plum pudding.
with her mom and her sister. This is apparently a family recipe. Notice how her mom and her sister are doing all of the work, and she's doing. Watch for how little Martha Stewart actually does stuff.
Well, you've certainly been busy. Kathy, so you're mixing up this last batch. Right. Traditional English Christmas pudding. Requires a lot of chopping and mixing. Make a lot of them for gifts. I'll get back to my other puddings.
That's
You
capitalism.
can start with this one.
Okay.
What do you need? Measure?
Yeah, I need about a cup.
Aren't you supposed to sift that?
Yeah, but I don't know how to do that.
Just put it in this and kind of sift it into that bowl.
All right.
What?
My friends think I get a little carried away at this time of year.
They say she gets a little carried away this time of year. Can you believe
Just
it?
this time of year?
But for me, it's what the holidays are all about. In fact, my only problem with the holidays is that I can't fit everything into 1 month.
Look, she has a cat. Look how cute.
That's why I am so excited about tonight's show. I can really go all out.
Unlike the rest of the year where she's really minimalist and understated. Look at how many people are there. This is like an assembly line. And Martha Stewart is
It's
doing
so she
nothing.
doesn't have to do anything.
She has the children working.
Child labor.
Child labor.
Are we endorsing this?
Oh, it's not really sifting.
Dump it in and just call it good. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, what if we just put it in and then just use the sifter to just like press against
Yeah, match it. That's what sifting is.
I'm making several wreaths. With a wreath form, if you can bunch it, you can make a wreath out of it. Here I'm bunching Magnolia grandiflora, which thrives in the Carolinas and in Georgia and Louisiana.
Okay, wait. She's making a wreath out of what?
Leaves?
Leaves from North Carolina. Okay.
She ships in leaves.
Apparently.
Are those poinsettia petals or something?
I heard the word Carolina. It looks like they're poinsettia leaves. Look at the cat.
It's poisonous to a cat.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
She's killing her animals.
Okay, for legal purposes, we're not suggesting that Martha Stewart has killed a cat or endorsed child
But
labor.
PETA might want to get on this.
We're just saying what we see.
They should investigate this.
We're not saying that. We're just saying, we're just calling it like we see.
I think PETA needs to show up at her house on Christmas morning.
You know, the purpose of her content is always to entertain.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. The cats love to sit on the work tables.
Look at her kitty.
We don't
rest in peace.
We don't know that it was poinsettia leaves. Those are just pine cones. Look, the cat likes the pine cones. It's probably like one of those like cat combs like we have. It like brushes them.
Hey, do you want to have a powdered sugar fight like in Christmas Mail?
Like in Christmas Mail with the sprinkles that aren't real, the fake sprinkles.
You would look really cool with some green sparkles on it.
Yeah, it's not really sifting that well. We just kind of like push it through.
You know, we're just gonna call it good.
Done.
As my friend Anton says, it's the jankiness that makes it charming.
Yes, the jank adds to the charm.
All right. Well, I'm doing this. Do you want to start cutting up cookie dough? Mostly
Sure.
because everybody judges me for how I hold a knife, and I don't need that in my life right now.
My friends Jerry and Monica over here are making garlands using pine cones and pecans. And Jerry is using the tool of the moment, a Dremel drill.
You simply put it in place. And it's finished.
Wow.
What? We're getting out power tools for this one, guys.
Wow, that is... Oh, to drill through the chestnuts?
There you go.
Gilding, an Anglo-Saxon term to overlay with gold, is very appropriate for the holiday season.
Oh, it's just the egg whites I need to separate.
What is she gilding?
Wreaths.
A sheaf of wheat sprayed with gold paint, tied with a gorgeous ribbon in Victorian days, was a symbol of bounty.
A sheath of wheat. She's gilding a sheath of wheat. It was a symbol of bounty in the Victorian period, Mom.
I'm going to hang these alongside the mirrors in my hallway.
See, I'm just proud if I can like get up early and get a shower.
I don't know where to
and,
find
get through
wheat.
my-
I was pre-watching this like bits of this video, and it occurred to me, if you told me go out and find wheat, I have no idea where.
Anton, do you need help, hon?
Yeah, I just need like scissors.
Oh, Avery always holds the knife wrong. Nobody but Avery ever holds the knife wrong.
Oh no, it's just not a pointed knife that I had.
Oh, I have another knife. And I have scissors.
These have been spray painted also with gold, and this poly wreath is beautiful, hung on a door.
Cute.
This is giving me a very like Mount Olympus vibes, these like golden wreaths. Right?
I see it.
Like Aphrodite can have this in her
Do you know
house.
how to do an egg white?
I know how to separate an egg.
Okay.
Oh, and I just fucked it up. Hang on, I got it back. I fixed it. I know in theory how to do it.
Well, there's that like bottle trick where you get an empty water bottle and then...
Suck it out. I've never done that because I just do this, but you did good.
Is that enough?
You did very well.
Sorry, egg yolk. You can't sit with us.
Are we doing this whole roll?
We want to do the whole roll? Sure.
This is your
Sure, go for it.
Sure.
Do as much of the roll as you feel like doing.
Okay.
This is, you know how Bob Ross is like, this is your world.
Yeah,
We don't make mistakes, we make happy accidents.
that's what my parents called me.
Garlands are made out of those little useful bunches also. Wire them to a double strand of thick twine instead of a wreath form. Decorating the house with foliage during the holidays is rooted in the ancient custom of bringing greenery indoors to lighten the gloom of winter.
I would now like to bring attention to the fact that how do you use the railing?
Yeah.
can't.
You've now made your house very inaccessible.
Ow,
Practical.
ow, 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 ow. Actually, you know what? Our railing at home has a bunch of like fairy lights wrapped around it, but they're pretty thin, so you can still
Can you
kind
at
of
least
use
put
it.
your hand in between them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. It's like the fairy lights are like millimeter thick, or sorry, what is that in? It is like an eighth of an inch.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I guess 1/16.
Martha Stewart's Home for the Holidays is sponsored tonight by Celestial Seasonings Teas.
Oh, we have commercials. We're sponsored by Celestial Seasonings.
Take a moment, satisfy the soul.
I don't know how thick you want these cut.
Whatever seems good.
And it is still just dough, so we can just put it back together.
Yeah, you can just be like, whisk until stiff and glossy. I knew that one would get her.
What did you say?
Never mind.
Land Rover discoveries frequently come home slightly more soiled than ordinary cars.
Has anybody ever tried to do this with their Land Rover?
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably.
But it's not what most people who buy Land Rovers do.
No, Land Rovers are pretty much for,
Land Rover, actually.
they're pretty suburban these days.
With soap and water.
I have questions about elephant safety.
I know.
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Can you give me a teaspoon?
A what?
A teaspoon? Please. Thanks.
Stars in the making.
Oh, I needed half a teaspoon. That was my bad. I really should have specified.
Oh, it's a lot of snow.
Look at her dogs.
Also dead, probably.
Well,
I mean,
now it's
has
1995.
It has been
Because she put out
1995.
all the poisonous stuff so that she could have.
No.
Yes.
For legal purposes, we're not saying that. What? I want to do it the easy way.
That works. Where are you putting it here?
Were you trying to pour it into the spoon?
No.
Yes.
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 Oh, and I need a pinch of salt. I need to find salt and something to pinch it with.
These shiny aluminum ornaments bring to mind the Victorian era when Christmas trees were lit with candles and metallic ornaments like these reflected their flickering flames.
Just use this grinder and just grind a little in there.
All right, what is she doing? Is she embossing?
No, she has like a star cutter or something.
But isn't that what embossing is? Like, isn't she?
She is embossing a little, but
Okay.
I think she has like a specific star cutter.
Another wonderful use are garlands. This garland made out of free-form leaves that are cut right out of the foil is very effective hanging on a tree or around a doorway.
What's wrong with regular garlands? Why she gotta hate on regular garland?
Is this how you're supposed to do this?
No, I'm supposed to use an electric mixer, but I didn't think that far ahead, so now I'm just doing this.
Okay. Oh my god. Wait.
I swear I measured it.
This is only making like a little bit.
Well, yeah, because you said to third the
Because it
recipe.
said that it would make 4 dozen cookies. The
No,
other one.
this is not.
Is this everything? Do you need to add water or anything?
I didn't say to add water.
If you want to add more sparkle to your tree, use tinsel pipe cleaner material. Wrap the tinsel right around of a long tapered paintbrush. When you remove it from the handle, you have the perfect icicle.
Okay, we talked about this. I talked about this recently with Daniel. Pipe cleaners are dangerous. Have you ever cut yourself on a pipe cleaner?
Yeah,
It hurts like hell.
when I was a small child.
Yeah.
For Avery, it was last week.
I like how she's like the perfect icicle, and it's like crooked.
You totally missed her, dude.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I was just ignoring
ignore
her.
Oh, well, this looks pretty viscous. Look at how viscous this looks. You want to get a shot of this viscosity?
This, I feel lied to. They said it would make much more.
Well, we can always make more.
Woo!
These Victorian paper cornucopias are filled with candies. These are very simple to make.
So what next?
I'm gonna use
These
this.
are very simple to make. Just plan
What?
4 days and 6 trips to the store.
All right, what does she actually want you to do in the very simple to make thing?
Oh, she's got a compass.
She wraps it around a cone.
When do you do the tax evasion thing? That was when she got her
I believe so, yes.
indicted for it, or
Was it insider
got sent
trading
for.
or what was it?
I don't know. Maybe it was insider trading.
Editing me will correct whatever.
I just know Snoop was saying it wasn't me.
Yes.
I was set up.
This year, I'm also making ornaments from these molds. We adapted the Springerly idea by replacing the anise-flavored cookie dough with lightweight paper clay. Now take the mold, and you can press it evenly, and really press firmly. And now, when you unmold, a very beautiful, detailed impression right in the clay.
Wow.
Why? You could do this so much easier.
Oh, she's making ornaments?
She's making ornaments.
Oh.
Even if you wanted to make your own, though, you could save yourself so many steps by not trying to find like your own like hand-carved wooden whatever.
I think I made these in like the 3rd grade.
Molds like this were common in medieval times when every village had their own cookie mold craftsman. You can still find them today, but not quite so easily. Look in cooking catalogs and gourmet stores.
Do you look in cooking catalogs and gourmet stores? Did you ever? To be fair, no one does anymore, but like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna try to use my little tiny bit of sad frosting before I make more of it.
Do that on these guys?
Well, here's the thing. I need to color it anyway, so like, let's just say this is gonna be our pick a color.
Well, don't you want to just do it white and then?
Well, we could, but like
some gel and like some little.
I guess so. All right,
Why don't
fine.
you put it on something?
I was going to, but I just realized I didn't have anything.
Is the oven still preheating?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What was it preheating to?
325.
325 was what we preheated the oven to, which we forgot to mention earlier on.
For everybody who's trying to follow our recipe.
Nobody's following.
Now, do
You
want
shouldn't be
something to, like,
following.
drizzle it on
Yeah, I'm
there?
trying to figure out, yeah.
Trim around the edge and let it dry.
I don't eat gingerbread, so you're gonna have to tell me if this is good.
You know I don't bake. Just drizzle it like and he'll fill in. No, no, no.
What? Is that?
Does he have a club foot?
I was gonna give him shoes.
Okay.
What?
Shoes? No shoes? Or that's
She's-
too much, Avery.
Do you want to come get a
Judging
close-up
my
of this?
art.
Avery, that's too much. Yeah. Is it Uggs? What is he wearing? Avery,
No. They're just like
Maybe.
they're the like no. This is like 2004. Everyone's wearing Fat Farms, white Fat Farms. This is a callback to 2004.
I think he's a spaceman.
No, they're just like really big Air Force Ones.
I think he's a spaceman. Like we saw at the museum the other day.
It's just too much, though.
So,
That's why that's supposed to do like 4 dozen. The big one was supposed to do 4 dozen. This should do like a dozen cookies or a little more than that.
Here, I'm spreading it out.
There, see, that's cute. Hi, little man.
Call us for your free color brochures and start planning your new kitchen. Craft made for everyone.
People still use Craft Made.
I'm sure there's someone.
I'm gonna get roast in the comments. It's gonna be like, I've used Craft Made for 45 years. Oh.
Frizzies is a product I developed during years of styling hair for magazines. Frizzies turns dry frizzy hair into smooth shiny hair quickly.
That's me.
But her hair looked good both ways.
No.
Frizzies took years to develop, but it only takes minutes to work.
Yeah.
I do use this. I have 2 of those on my counter right now.
Like I think it's just like one of those things where it's like the commercial makes you feel bad about yourself so that you buy their stuff.
No, I buy their stuff because it's the only thing that works for me.
His name is Ace, and only CDS has him.
I'll be busy saving Christmas.
Trying to figure out how to.
Oh, is this a Jim Carrey Ace Ventura Christmas special?
Yes, it is.
Animated.
Ace Ventura Christmas, Wednesday.
Alrighty then.
I'll have to cover that at some point in the future.
After 29 years of marriage, they thought the magic was gone.
Oh no. No, they thought the magic was gone.
On a journey to see old friends, they make unexpected detours.
But the magic was the friends they made along the way.
Is there like a screen for the door or no?
You just have to say bye to the cats.
As the holidays approach, let's try and remember our brothers and sisters who are living with AIDS. Now more than ever, they need our love.
I'm just always worried about like.
I just need a minute.
I'm just always worried about like birds flying in.
Oh. That would be awesome.
That would make this video very fun.
That would be very nice.
I also would like to point out that we saw Fran Drescher a second ago in an AIDS awareness campaign, and I just wanted to say that I love her.
You know, gingerbread is not a holiday custom that I grew up with. Sure, we made some little gingerbread boys and girls for school.
Oh, this is the ginger. So this is what inspired the video to be baking. Watch this, both of you, watch this ridiculous gingerbread house that she builds.
Dab a little frosting on your cookie, and then with a spatula, just spread the icing all over the surface of the cookie.
Apparently she just coats it all in frosting.
Yes, she does.
You said she made it look like The White House?
It looks like her house, but to me, her house looks like might as well be the White House. So like,
Did the Canadians burn down the first one?
I wish. For legal purposes, I'm not saying I want the White House to burn down.
So when you do
that was not what I was saying. I was just referencing 1812.
You can use 2 or 3 or even 4 colors. I've just chosen to use white with red. Just stir it a little bit and then apply it to your cookie. Spread the glaze. You can see how you get those wonderful marbleized markings right on top of the cookie itself.
Wonderful.
Well, it is kind of like she's marbleizing by like putting like 2 different colors together and then being like, wow, it's pretty.
That is cool.
Keep turning your spatula, and it even looks better as it dries.
See, look how cute. Hi, little man, you're nice.
And you can put little fancy decorations, fanciful messages on your cookies.
She recommends writing whimsical messages on your cookies.
No.
I think this should be ready.
At $3.25?
Okay, so these can be, I can put these on a, do you want to keep doing the gingerbread mans?
You want me to do those?
Do you want to do a few while I just put these in the oven?
Little cut-out gingerbread initials for putting on presents.
Whoa, she's using gingerbread to make tags to wrap the presents so that there's a gingerbread tag on the present.
Once you learn glazing and piping, you can make almost anything out of this delicious traditional cookie dough.
Did you want to use the cookie cutters?
Yeah. I was just gonna put them.
Okay.
How are you guys doing that?
We can just mold it into the cookie cutter, but we might need some flour so it doesn't stick to them.
An extremely special person is arriving soon to learn how to make her own holiday gingerbread house. I think I'll start her off with something very basic and very easy.
You call that easy?
Oh, look, we have Miss Piggy.
You actually know what you're doing.
Well, it takes a little bit of practice, Miss Piggy.
I like that Miss Piggy kind of trolls her.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it fun.
Insert clip from the Jim Henson exhibit.
Oh, yeah. I've got like clips for days from the Jim Henson exhibit. Surely there's one with Miss Piggy somewhere.
I understand that you're coming up here to write your cookbook.
Oh, my cookbook! In the kitchen with Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy wrote a cookbook.
Did she? What is in that though? Like slop?
It's a cookbook. She can make anything that she wants to.
Anyone can cook.
Anyone can. That doesn't mean that anyone should.
Oh, I like those plastic flowers back there. Oh, you have, oh, look, you have,
Those are amaryllis. Those are real.
You have plastic glassware like I do.
I have no plastic glassware.
You rub the cartoon characters off yours.
I like how offended she was at the thought of her having plastic glassware.
Well, is this the wall?
This is a side of a gingerbread house.
Are you sure we don't need to like flour the insides of those so it doesn't stick?
I mean, we could. Yeah, we could. Mom's laughing at me.
I mean, you could use powdered sugar too. Yeah, that would just add some extra sugary.
Well, here's this. But yes, we could use the powdered.
And this is how you do the windows. I think you'll find this very interesting.
Avery's is like laying in a pool. It looks like he bled out here.
He did not. It's blood isn't white. That's not how that works.
I went and I got for the roof Necco wafers.
What's the cute word, Necco?
I asked my assistant to get me lots of Necco wafers. And now let me show you how to make the roof out of these Necco wafers.
The roof.
The roof is on fire.
Look at, oops, I broke a Necco wafer.
Close the door, she broke a Necco wafer.
Well, you finished the roof, and now we have to construct this house. Are you going to help me?
Well, to the degree that I'm able. What are you doing now?
Guys, I need you to come and look at this gingerbread house. She made sugar glass for the windows.
That takes a while in itself.
Yes.
This is the gingerbread house. I need another pair of hands. Yes? Miss Piggy's helping today.
Martha?
I don't know if powdered sugar will work as well as all-purpose flour.
But you know.
I'll give it a shot.
Yes, dear.
Who's the,
Oh, excuse me. This is Ben. Ben is the builder.
Bob the builder?
Ben the builder.
Oh.
Hi, how are you?
Hello, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
Miss Piggy
Good.
speaking.
Good.
Now, we are going
You
to
married?
do...
Yes.
Oh, he has a lovely wife, Bonnie.
Who cares, Martha?
Shoot your shot, Miss Piggy.
And we're going to use what will surprise all of you, dressmaker pins.
What are you talking about?
These little pins, see,
Yes,
are going to go into, just to hold the house together.
You heat this thing and you get stuck with pins.
Just pull them out with pliers before you serve this.
She's putting dressmaker pins in the cookie. But you're supposed to eat it. You're supposed to eat it. She's putting dress pins in the thing that you're supposed to eat. No. For legal purposes, we're not saying that Martha Stewart tried to kill somebody. Just like,
I'm not sure why I cut these into anything. I could have just, if we were using the...
I mean, we could have just rolled it out, but like, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it is just straight up dough, so it's not...
Yeah.
With your hand. Yes? Miss Piggy's helping today.
Martha?
Yes.
I get the feeling that Martha Stewart wants to strangle Miss Piggy.
No, she just wants to give her a hug with her hands around her neck.
Look at this little charming house. It only took 15,000 man-hours to make.
We don't want you to get lost back there.
Hi, you got a girlfriend?
I have a wife.
Oh, okay, forget it.
I mean, he didn't answer the question, though. He could also have a girlfriend.
I'll flatten it with this knife here. Just make sure I have a little bit of powdered sugar on it. So it doesn't stick to the knife. And then you get powdered sugar on the thing, on the cookie cutter.
Okay.
And make sure that it's the diameter is wide enough that it will get all of it. And then just sort of press into it. Turn it a little bit like that. That way it'll also like get unstuck from it when you take it out. And then boom.
Nice.
Ah, shoot. It's a little too
How
a little too soft.
dare you?
It's a little soft right now. And then boom. There we go. That's better.
Today's internet topic.
What would you do to change the world?
What would you do to change the world, guys?
We are the world. We are the children.
Today, more students are using Apple Macintosh to share ideas on the internet than any other computer.
What would you do?
Apple Macintosh. I guess that was like just after Jobs was reinstated.
At 95, yeah. Mine
Sorry.
doesn't want to like pick up the... I don't know how I could possibly be doing a cookie cutter wrong.
So the reason why it's kind of like melted is like it's melting in your hands. That's why you have to leave it in the fridge so that it stays in that shape. Which is why you can see like some of this stuff is like more like gloopy, whereas the stuff that I've cut is less gloopy. Still maintain the like its fridgeness.
I like that I can be the base of what not to do for everybody else. I can be the cautionary tale.
This holiday season,
Merry Christmas. You're officially divorced.
Carolyn is returning to the town.
We're here.
And the man she left behind.
You left me standing at the altar.
Will Connie Sullica and Randy Travis celebrate a holiday to remember?
Oh, guys, Holiday to Remember is on next.
Congratulations, Mrs. Johnson.
Mega Millions, $50 million.
In 1990s money?
I mean, I'll take $50 million now.
I'll take $15 million right now, but also this was 1995 money.
Mrs. Johnson?
Yes.
Alice Johnson?
No. Lynn?
Oh, sorry, wrong house.
Oh.
Oh. Oh no!
Oh.
Why would they put that on the commercial?
Snap out of it, Mrs. J. You're not winning millions, but you're a winner with Jenny's $2.99 lunch basket.
Is this you? No.
So that if it shows up at your house, you're just like, oh.
Yeah, you gotta just commit identity fraud.
Yeah, Mega Millions endorses identity fraud. For legal purposes, that's not what they did. Do I just call this video for legal purposes? We don't hate Martha Stewart.
I don't hate Martha Stewart. She's just extra.
Well, you know, they did make figgy pudding, so bring us some figgy pudding. Bring us some figgy pudding.
It always feels like an intimidating song, like they're threatening you.
Yeah.
Like the carolers show up your house and they're like, bring us pudding!
Yeah, I think, what was it, in Phineas and Ferb, like, they wouldn't leave Dr. Doofenshmirtz alone. Yes. And he's like, what even is figgy pudding? What's the deal? Guys, can we get just a lot of comments thanking Spencer for taking time out of his day?
Yes, please.
To get like lots of these B-roll shots.
You know, it's pretty, don't look at what I'm doing. It's not important what I'm doing. Don't look. I said don't look.
Do you not know how the Streisand effect works on the internet?
I know. You know about the Streisand effect, right, Mom? Okay, so Barbara Streisand did not want people to, she didn't want pictures of her house on the internet.
And then the internet found out about
so the internet
how
found
she
out
doesn't
about
want
it and started sharing, and she tried to get a picture of her house taken off the internet, and so people started sharing that picture around and around and around because it was very funny that she thought she could just delete something from the internet. So moral of the story is, if you don't want something to be on the internet, don't say shit.
Also, you might have an effect named after you.
Yeah, this is in the Urban Dictionary now.
There's a lot of these that are broken ones, so
They're not broken.
we're gonna just
They just need therapy.
Don't be judgmental, Mom.
My daughter Alexis and I have been making wrapping paper ever since she was a little girl. It's a lot of fun. All you need is paper. Tape the paper onto a very flat surface. Paint long stripes. This is the secret. Pull and turn and pull and turn, and you have wood grain. Another great paper technique is to stamp paper. You can even use this stamping technique on paper bags and on little tags.
Bags and tags and bags and tags and bags and tags.
Bags and tags. Sounds like a 1990s Delta rap commercial song.
It does.
We got bags and tags.
Everything
bags
had a-
and tags.
everything
we
had a
make
rap
sure your
breakdown.
luggage gets there on time.
Everything had a rap breakdown in the 90s. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Don't make fun of my star. It's an ugly star.
It's
It's a star.
it has a beautiful personality.
You know these are gonna like cook down
I-
to be like one big sheet of just one cookie.
Yes, we're quite aware of that. It's just for the aesthetic right now.
Yeah, just like Martha Stewart. You think Martha Stewart's making all this shit off camera?
Yeah, this does actually just melt down, like as we saw with the snowman that was attempted.
Look, Martha Stewart probably gets done filming these things and then goes and orders McDonald's and kicks back.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I bet you even Martha Stewart eats McDonald's sometimes.
No, only when she's with Snoop.
Yeah, he's the better influence.
Snoop's cookbook is good.
Do you have Snoop's cookbook?
Well, I have it digitally.
You want to share the camera?
No, don't show the camera.
It's just gonna melt in your hands.
I've disappointed my mother again.
No, again? Stop it.
Well, that one's just a circle. What about that one?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna end up being blobs anyway, so.
Yeah. Had the gingerbread mans come.
Wow, excellent.
Aren't they delightful? Look at Avery's laying there in a pool of his own blood.
It's not blood. It's
Wait, so then are they
frosting.
bleeding on the outside all the time?
Actually, it's sweat. They're sweating.
Okay.
It's not sweat. It's frosting.
These are packing tags, and you can just use them to label the contents of the bottle. Tie on or sew on little branches of crabapple, pittosporum berries, even a holly leaf with its berries.
Guys, we're making tags with actual holly.
With actual holly.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna run it back for this one.
And it doesn't have to take a lot of time or a lot of money. Kathy and I are putting together a slew of presents. Fill the bottles with a dishwashing liquid of your choice. This is an economical and environmentally sound gift.
Another great use for pretty reusable bottles is scented vinegar. We have sage, rosemary, fennel, marjoram. Garlic can also be used in them. And we just poke them into the bottle.
Oh yeah, using a chopstick.
Fill up with either cider or wine vinegar, and it takes about 2 to 3 weeks.
Wait, hang on.
Who has 2 to 3 weeks?
Martha Stewart, I guess. Sorry, Martha Stewart's employees, I guess.
Ooh, I have a
It's actually pretty
thing
cool.
that you can infuse.
But you have to like let it sit for a couple weeks. So then they're putting on the thing that's in the thing, and that's on the tag.
Oh, isn't that nice? Old linen is a favorite wrapping technique, and your original label.
Oh, that's from 25 years ago. It's a great thing. Just make the original, and then year to year, just color Xerox.
Cheating. She's cheating. She used the Xerox. She doesn't make them by hand every single year.
Another really great idea, if you like to bake, is the Italian panettone baked right in a buttered brown paper bag.
You buy those at the store for $5.
Economies of scale, we call that.
Yeah. This is the Christmas snowball. This is the Yule log.
There's plenty of frosting too to do those.
Oh yeah.
To do that cookie when it's done.
The one big. Should we just let it bake and then do one big cookie?
Yeah, it's going to become like they're all gonna connect to each other because
We'll make a
the
big
distance
mural
between them.
Yeah.
Like really, they should be spaced out more like this.
Nah.
But But like if I pick it up, it's gonna just melt in my fingers. So we will just let it be one big thing, and then we'll just chop it.
I'm gonna just distract you from this because it looks wrong.
Yeah, it's like, what is that?
we're just gonna forget that happened.
Was it a little too poop-like?
Or
a little too phallic?
That one, yeah.
Okay.
I thought it looked like poop, but now.
Oh no, I was thinking the other thing.
Well, the rooms are decorated, the trees are trimmed, and the gifts are wrapped. My home is almost ready for the holidays.
Later, Martha hosts Julia Child in the kitchen. Next, a visit with First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Oh, Hillary Clinton is here. Just a heads up.
What a place to dream. Here, between Venus and Mars. We spend half our lives spinning through the dark. Now, as the night shakes out its heavenly spawn, we curl up and sleep till dawn.
You ever watch commercials and try to guess what they're commercials for?
Oh yeah, all the time, especially with perfume commercials.
Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
Like, what are you selling?
Perfume commercials advertise literally everything but the perfume.
Just trying to advertise like the feeling, I guess.
Have you seen the Johnny Depp cologne commercials though?
Yes.
Those are awesome.
I saw this one Air France commercial where it's like this woman in red with like a long red dress, just like running through the city of Paris, and then runs up the Eiffel Tower and then throws her dress in the wind. I'm like, I have no idea what this commercial is. And then at the end, it's like the dress turns into like the Air France logo. Like, what? Who? How? Why? How is that Air France?
You can catch a flight on the dress that's flying through the air. That'll be you.
I can show you the way.
We can probably put this in the oven. Yes.
Godspeed.
Okay.
Oh,
We need a priest and a crucifix right now.
Domine Patre Usure.
I threw the package out.
11 to something minutes. Just keep an eye on it.
Oh, set an 11-minute cookie timer.
We may need to bleep that part out in case it just like triggers someone else's ALEXA.
You know, make sure that we'll put a thing to have everybody turn their speakers up really loud so you can make sure to hear.
No, I'm sorry.
Table decorations are as much a part of my holidays as wreaths and Christmas trees. This pedestal of sugared fruits, for example, is so spectacular to look at and so very easy to make.
All right, this is very easy to make, guys. Gather around.
What you need is fruit at room temperature. I like an assortment of fruit. Make sure it's unblemished and beautiful.
Assortment of unblemished fruits.
Mix equal parts of egg white and water. You can also use powdered egg whites.
We're covering it with egg whites.
For the purpose of?
To like preserve it to put out.
She can't even make her own fake fruit?
In another bowl, have lots of superfine granulated sugar.
She probably grew all of that in her own garden.
That's what she wants you to think. She got those at the Piggly Wiggly.
I stack them one on top of another in a pyramid shape. You can add a little bit more height and elegance by adding a goblet. This could be filled with the smaller fruits.
That would fall over. Can you imagine?
And it's all glass, too.
I'm starting to think her cats are fake because what cat owner puts that out and is like, yeah, that's going to be fine?
A pyramid like this, if it contains soft and hard fruits, will last a day or two on your table.
That's a lot of work for a day or two.
And what a waste.
I know. Now I want to eat fruit.
Better eat that real quick.
This apple lantern is very easy to make, and what's special about this is there's a little tiny votive candle inside the pyramid.
Apple lantern. Is that what she said?
I think it's like a jack-o'-lantern, but it's...
No, she's putting a candle down under a pile
more.
of apples.
With spaghetti noodles?
It can be lit with a long match taper.
She used it to get the flame down in there.
Oh.
Do you ever do that if you have to light something?
Isn't this a fire hazard?
With apples, I guess not. But with cats, yes.
You see the cat in the background on fire.
The cat runs by with one of the apples, and it's like that thing that's like, what do you have? A knife! No! And And like the apple is on fire.
And this beautiful, beautiful pedestal of cut citrus fruits, so aromatic. And what makes this especially beautiful are these long tendrils of citrus peel going around and around the fruit with a citrus stripper over your fruit.
That seems highly unnecessary.
It's also kind of creepy.
Everything she does is highly unnecessary. That's the whole point.
Of course, table decorations are hardly limited to fruit. Look at these extraordinary celosia or coxcomb topiaries.
My family just stopped putting up trees because we had to keep taking it down, and we're like, what's the point of this entropy and giving into it?
The feeding the capitalist side of the holiday, continuously buying the tree.
Well, we had a fake tree, and even then we were just like, we don't have to like take it down and then like vacuum all of the whatever plastic bits that fell off.
My grandfather, if he packs up everything for Christmas and he's forgotten to put something away, he'll just throw it away. He's just like, that doesn't survive to the next Christmas.
Perhaps the most classic of all the decorations are what I call tiny trees, miniature topiaries of boxwood. Boxwood is a traditional hedge material. It grows in the Northeast, it grows down in the South. It's very slow growing and a very fine, fragrant evergreen.
What is she using?
Some sort of like really small plants.
To make these little topiaries, shape a piece of oasis.
Oh, it's that little water block thing.
Oasis is the material that florists use when they want to keep things wet. And you just carve this with a knife.
Oh, that made a very fun sound.
Yeah, it's very commonly used in ASMR, I believe, which I believe Spencer also doesn't like.
Hey Spencer, welcome back to the channel.
It's been carved so it fits into the egg cup. Soak it well with water and cut boxwood all in equal lengths and insert the shiny boxwood sprigs. Start at the bottom and work your way all the way up till the top.
She's making her own tree.
Oh.
Like
she's playing God.
She's playing God.
That florist foam, and she's putting
like little
God
bits of...
already did that. You didn't have to do that. Look,
I feel like we're being very mean. They are very cute. I feel like we're being very mean.
It's just out of spite because of how
because ours aren't
suck.
pretty.
Right, we can't
Yeah,
do that.
this is a PSA about bullying and how it always roots in somebody's own insecurities and not the other person.
Whether it's your house, my house, a blue house, or even a white house, every house looks better with a holiday wreath.
Oh, is this the Hillary Clinton part?
How about right here?
There we go. Oh, she did kind of want it to look like the... I knew it looked like the White House.
I think that is exactly where it goes.
And there's Hillary Clinton, I guess.
There she is. Can we talk about how Martha Stewart and Hillary Clinton are like the same person, different fonts? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I don't know. I feel like a lot more people are cool with Martha Stewart after she went to prison.
now, yeah.
Especially after like her collapse with Snoop Dogg. Yeah, after that one Comedy Central roast, people loved her.
Next, Martha joins the First Lady of the Kitchen, Julia Child.
Guys, First Lady of the Kitchen, Julia Child.
Yeah, she's also not great with microphones either.
I'm really just a fraud, you know?
She's just a kid and life is a nightmare. Ooh, internet.
What would you do to change the world?
I would delete the internet. With those really, they weren't getting all the frames in. You could barely see what she said.
End hunger. Everyone gets a house. Teach people to read. Share your lunch. Plant a tree. Make music.
So I'm supposed to associate Macintosh with like making the world a better place? Okay.
Think different. You're not thinking different enough. Christmas in the air.
That's how old this is. That was coming out for the first time.
Blockbuster music.
At Blockbuster.
Dry frizzy hair. It's always been a problem to work with, even for professionals.
I feel like this guy is attacking me for my hair. And now I feel like lashing out.
She's the toast of Broadway.
Now she'll be on our stage.
What happened to the sound?
It's like recorded mono and then recorded stereo at the same time.
I like Julie Andrews.
It's 2 hours of mystery with conspiracy, kidnapping, and murder, and all the clues lead to Jessica.
Oh, I love her.
Visit us on the World Wide Web.
The World Wide Web.
The worldwide internet global computer web. I'm gonna get
Information superhighway.
You don't have to follow me. I'm getting milk. All the Gen Z kids are gonna make fun of me for drinking milk.
People always ask what I want for Christmas. Well, I'm getting it right here and right now. Julia Child.
Julia Child.
Oh.
There she be.
Yeah, I drink milk. This milk is chunky. This is not helping my case.
Not chunky.
It literally was chunky.
What?
Ask Spencer, it was chunky.
Is it? Oh gosh. That milk is not.
Wait, pause that. Pause that for a second. It came out chunky.
Oh.
It came out chunky.
No, don't spell it. I've already done it for everybody.
That is yogurt. You poured yogurt.
Oh my god. See, nasty. What happened to the milk? It's chunky. What's the date on this? June?
No, it was not.
12/06.
Yeah, it expired
so
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
I'll give you $1 if you drink it.
I'm not drinking that.
$1?
$1.
$1.
Yeah, oh my, no. It's so...
You know, I'm just gonna drink coffee.
I made you coffee. Oh my...
You want to get a close-up of that pouring?
Oh no.
You know what I can't understand? How did you pour a full thing of it? When
No.
you start pouring it,
No,
you
I
can
was
see
pouring it and I was like,
chunky. You're
uh-oh.
like, okay, let's just fill it up. It's probably okay. Oh my god.
When I requested to do this, I was hoping that it would be wonderfully chaotic. And I got my wish. Okay, well, perfect, in time. Our cookie timer is done.
Even the earth doesn't want it.
Ah, look at this. Oh, boom!
Boom, baby.
It's a spicy meatball. It looks like it's still kind of...
Yeah, it needs a minute.
Yeah, it needs a little longer.
It is singular.
It is one being.
It is one now.
No. This is a lesson on. It's a lesson on cells and how cells attach to each other.
Yeah, this is an educational channel now.
Yes. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
What?
There is a whole fresh gallon of milk in there.
There is. I got coffee, which also has milk in it.
Creamer.
What is cream if not milk persevering?
Let's watch some more Julia Child.
Hello, Julia. To be with you, Mom. Thank you so much for coming. Julia and I have been making pastry for a Croquembouche.
Mom, do you get like flashbacks when you see Julia Child now?
I'm piping the pâte à choux. I really first learned how to make pâte à choux from your book, Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
Pâte à choux.
Pâte à choux.
Well, if they want to make them bigger, they'll be making pot of boots.
Took me a second to get it.
Pâte à choux, what does that mean in French?
Choux is a cabbage, and they do look like little cabbage.
Oh, cabbage. They were supposed to look like little cabbages.
Wasn't Julia Child like a spy for the Allies or something like that in World War II? Wasn't she?
Something like that.
I'm not sure.
She was something like that.
I'll fact check myself in the. If I'm wrong, I'll just cut this out and we'll pretend like I never said it.
My favorite Modern Family quote is Phil saying the philosophies.
The philosophies.
Of you only get one chance at a good first impression, so choose Julia Child when in doubt. She's always easy to do.
Yeah.
Hello.
Always, according to your recipe, stick a sharp knife into each one just to allow the steam to escape.
Or don't, and then let them explode.
I just want to point out that Julia Child, who had a reputation for making like really complicated things, Her recipe now looks easy after what I've just suffered through.
So if you'd like to start building your croquembouche,
How long will these hold up, having been filled?
I like to make a croquembouche as close to my party time as possible.
Holy shit, how many did they make? What is the whole neighborhood coming over?
You can stack them and leave them in a dry, cool place.
There's no way they stood around and made them.
No. Oh no. There was like some poor PA just being like, gotta make the things.
Croquembouche are really traditional wedding cakes. You know what croquembouche means.
Crackle in the mouth.
That's right.
I like when she tells Julia Child, do you know what this means? And Julia Child just has the air of like, yeah, I'm Julia Child. Do you know what it means?
Look at mine, I'm sort of doing it any which
Well, yours
way.
is the country style. I love it.
Country style.
She just, no! Oh no! She just dissed Julia Child.
Well, we now know who ratted on.
Payback is a bitch. She sent her like fucked up versions of that like all the time in prison. For legal purposes, I'm not saying Julia Child sent Martha Stewart to prison. But it would be funny though.
They are very solid, but I'd like to show you my special way of embellishing these croquembouche.
Like to see that.
Okay.
Good.
You take a whisk like this, just snip off the top. Sugar at the thread stage, and I just fling the sugar.
And you got plenty of newspaper on the floor, I see.
Lots of newspaper covering everything.
You really have...
What the
Oh my God, why though?
Oh.
Look at Julia, she's like, bitch, what?
It's most fun to do this in front of your guests. Everybody's quite fascinated with spinning sugar.
Spinning sugar.
Are we though?
This is what she does on her day off.
The other thing I'd like to do with this is spin a little bit around the croquembouche itself. A veiling of gold.
What do we do with the...
I mean, this looks nice.
Yeah, this looks nice.
But like...
I like Julia's better because it doesn't have so much passive aggressiveness in it.
Put a golden halo of this spectacular spun sugar around the bottom and just put a little top knot right on the very top one.
That's very festive looking.
Spectacular spun sugar around the bottom.
You okay?
Oh my God!
Julia looks concerned. Why is hers so tall?
Because she's extra.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, I've had a good time, Martha, and I've learned a lot, as I always do when I watch you.
Well, I have learned so much from you over the years, and this has been a great treat.
We're wonderful people, are we not?
Yeah, they hate each other.
Yeah. It's like never meet your heroes, but it's more like if you're a hero, never let people meet you.
When you were a kid, there was always a place you could go when the world got overwhelming, and you'd sit and drink imaginary tea.
Question for the audience. When you were a kid and you did tea parties, or anybody here, did you have fake tea, or did you at least like put water?
Like Bloody Marys actually with vodka. No, I'm just kidding.
You started young. I would always at least
It's 5-year-old somewhere.
You always had to have at least water.
I always had to have at least water because I was like, what's the point of pretending to drink stuff?
Yeah.
I love having friends over, especially during the holidays. Finding the perfect gift is something I really enjoy. I go to Pier 1, I find what I want. It's easy.
I know.
Pier 1
Pier
Imports.
1, there you go. Is it? No, it's Crate and Barrel. You know on Friends?
Yeah.
No, it's Pottery Barn. You remember Friends? She doesn't like Pottery Barn.
Why did you do that?
Because she hates Pottery Barn.
She hates Pottery Barn?
Martha Stewart's Home for the Holidays was brought to you by Celestial Seasonings Teas.
Is that the same brand that we still use to this day, and the one that was like, aren't they occult Celestial Seasonings? Or is that a different brand?
Celestial Seasonings tea that we have is that.
Okay.
They're a cult?
For legal purposes, I'm not saying they're a cult, but they've been accused of being a cult.
That's probably the only thing that
I
required
like the
to be.
Trader Joe's tea. That's the one I drink.
Disclaimer.
Spencer and I, right, Spencer?
He nodded.
He did.
You know, preparing for the holidays is in itself a way of celebrating them.
Can you imagine going over to Martha Stewart's house for Christmas?
I thought that was going to be the end of the sentence.
Right before she had to rush it to the emergency room.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's no way she actually has a cat in this home.
No, there's no way she would put out half of this. She does, but like there's no way she's doing this in her own home.
Yeah,
because she would never, you would never put this out.
But she probably has handlers. Each cat probably has his own Like nanny. Cat nanny.
Canny.
I hope you've enjoyed being at my home for the holidays and that you've discovered a few ideas tonight that will add joy to your holiday celebrations this year and for many years to come. I'll be home for Christmas.
It's a very jazzy cover.
Please have snow and mistletoe.
This special is older than both of us. This came out in Christmas of '95 or like December of '95. I don't know what date it aired, but
Yeah.
Whippersnappers.
Almost a year older than you exactly.
yeah, almost exactly.
And people are now entering her almost White House.
Are these people that she knows, or are these extras? Do we think?
No idea.
Because if they're not, and she's over there like, ah, Emily, that would be really funny.
And have a happy and healthy holiday season.
Oh, I'm sure it's like her actual like family. For legal purposes, I'm not saying that Martha Stewart does not have a family. I'm not saying that all of her loved ones are hired actors in a Truman Show situation. And that's the end.
Yeah. That was lovely.
Wasn't that super stressful to watch?
This cookie is sad.
It's a big cookie.
It smells nice though.
It does smell good.
You know like Coca-Cola with the Unity bus? This is the Unity cookie. Okay. It brings people together.
We are the world.
You guys seen that video of like the making of We Are the World, and like everybody focuses in on the one clip where like Michael Jackson sings and it's like beautiful, and then he's just like silently standing there judging like everybody else because they're off key.
When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
This originally was conceptualized as what if we tried to make the crazy gingerbread house, and then we all looked at it and said, no, we don't want to do that to ourselves. So instead, we were like, what if we made basically store-bought cookies and decorated / baked them while we watched this? And wouldn't that be chaotic?
And it was.
It was that.
Well, we wanted store-bought cookies.
Yeah.
And now we're getting store-bought cookie.
One cookie. One big cookie.
But look how delightful.
Oh, it looks like it started to dry.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of
Avery's is probably.
I think we can
Uh-oh.
we can get some of the
Oh, no.
Yeah, hers
It's okay.
is good now. There we go. There we go.
We can get some of the red sparkling gel
Mine's gonna be the best one to eat though, because that frosting is great.
For that right now, but
later on.
but
Maybe
you
some of the
can
other
do it
cookies,
on
yeah.
those. Yeah, these will be my nice, artistic, very minimalist ones. Minimalist.
Yeah.
I didn't use this pan at all. We had a second pan for the sugar cookies and we just didn't.
No.
You should have though.
I mean, it's taking a little bit longer.
Is it
than
not?
we thought. I mean, it's kind of browning around the edges, but because it's all
such a big
one
mass.
thing, yeah.
Can we show the camera?
Sure.
What we've got.
This is what we got so far. It is just a blob. We definitely should have used 2 trays.
To be fair, it will cook a little bit more once you take it out, so you don't want to like, you will take it out while it's still slightly gooey, but let us know what you're baking for the holidays, and how it came out and if it was better than this. And let me know if anybody actually, okay, tell us how much better it is than this, but also, I want to know, like, did anybody follow the Martha Stewart, did anybody like actually bake along? Did somebody like gild their own wreaths and see how it came out? Because I have questions. I want to know how that came out. I feel like it was a disaster, not on camera.
I used to make wreaths.
Yeah? Did you dip them in gold?
No.
Yeah. Just normal person wreaths.
All that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Did you see my delightful
Some.
Did you see my delightful Snoop sticker?
I did see that. Where did that come from?
Auntie sent it to me.
Okay.
Little doggy Snoop cakes.
Isn't that fun?
I've seen a little too much Martha and I want to see a little bit more Snoop Dogg, so like, you know. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber who say so. That's my mom. That's Anton, who is also a YouTuber. Thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel.